Hey folks, Ira here. I hope you've had a great Thursday. Thanks for tuning in for the Earthquake Report. Today is April the 21st, 2016. Today is also widely known as the following: National Kindergarten and National High Five Day. Yep. Did you know the act of giving a high five dates back to 1977 when it was first used during a basketball game? True story. This week has certainly shaped up to be an interesting one, and today is no different. As of 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time, we have clocked in 202 earthquakes. This brings our weekly total to 1,403, and our monthly total to 6,193. The most intense earthquakes to strike the planet today were a 5.3 that hit Papua New Guinea and a 5.1 that struck Port Olry, Vanuatu. We experienced a series of earthquakes that fell within the magnitude 4 scale, 9 to be exact. Chile was hit by a 4.9, El Salvador with a 4.4, Argentina with a 4.4 as well, Somalia was shaken by a 4.5, and our comrades in Russia clocked in 2. These were a 4.3 as well as a 4.2. Talkeetna, Alaska experienced a 4.2, and finally, Ecuador experienced 2 aftershocks, a 4.4 and a 4.2. Speaking of Ecuador, the death toll stands currently at 570, with 155 people missing and at least 7,000 injured. 25,000 people remain in shelters. In an effort to boost reconstruction efforts, the Ecuadorian president announced today that he would be implementing financial measures including tax increases. Along with this, he claims that the government will be selling some of its assets. Now, we have talked briefly in previous videos about the importance of donating. You can visit the Red Cross at redcross.org to learn more about the donating process, or you can even text a donation. This, in my opinion, is the most convenient method. For those interested in this, all you need to do is text Red Cross, that is one word, to 90999. If we look at the states, we'll see that Alaska has clocked in 42 for the day. No notable swarms have been identified. Hawaii has been fairly active. 6 earthquakes have been experienced thus far, the strongest being a 3.0 that hit moments ago in Waimea. Washington has only clocked in 3, a 0.8 in Morton, a 0.9 in Darrington, and the Lake Morton area with a 0.9. Our pals in Oregon have also been quiet. Only 4 have been experienced today, the strongest being a 1.8 in Lakeview. 3 of the 4 originated from this location. The remaining earthquake hit Portland. That was a 1.2. Before moving on, I'd like to throw a shout out to Miss Angie Marie. Thanks for the conversation today. I enjoy you, pal. California has clocked in 80 thus far, 2 of which are fairly interesting. We clocked in a 3.3 that struck Imperial and a 3.1 that hit Bayview. These just so happen to be the 2 most intense earthquakes to strike the state in the past 30 days. Interesting. The majority of the earthquakes fell along the San Jacinto and the Kolyami fault zones. Montana has experienced 12 today, the strongest being a 1.8 that hit Livingston. Speaking of this area and the increase in seismic activity, since the 15th of this month, we have experienced a 46% increase in earthquakes. It boils down to this: we were averaging around 5.5 earthquakes per day. Since the 15th, we have been averaging 12. This too is interesting. Our pals in Oklahoma have experienced 7 earthquakes today. The strongest to strike the state was a 3.6 in Alva and a 3.0 in Yale. We experienced yet another earthquake along the New Madrid seismic zone. This was a 1.9, care of Tiptonville, Tennessee. Finally, along the western limb of the North American Craton, we experienced a 2.0 that struck Virginia. In closing, this week has been wild. It's funny how we can go from non-stop intense earthquakes to a period of relative quiet. Let's just hope that this trends for the next few days and we aren't experiencing the quiet before the storm. And that is it for the Earthquake Report. If you experienced an earthquake today, or if you would like to comment on anything else, please post below. I'd like to hear from you. Make certain to like and subscribe, share if you feel inclined. Also, if you like the social media thing, you can link to us via the standard allotted social sites in the description. We'll end this report with a video feed from our favorite star. Have a great night, guys. Hoorah!